That would also be nice. Shut the fuck up.
Let me know when we need to do the FCC thing. I got it.
Hello and welcome once again to the State of the Empire for the 2nd of May, 2020. Still under quarantine and still laughing hysterically at the state of the world. First up, I'd like to thank everybody who chose to attend this week's State of the Empire, including Major Marler, GFL Davin, Noble Wolf, Carrot, Jadon420, Daydream, The Randomer, Senator Divergent Acid, our local three-headed bitch Drusilla, Epic Friar Yoshi, Senator Mickey 5, Thor 1986, Destro, Merkangel, Dear Junior, and Brother Clytor. And of course, I am Emperor Farrison presiding as always. First up, as we always do, a quick welcome to our new recruits, who have currently made Kamat Grade 1 in the form of Mel, Strika, BXR Legend, Geotronic, Eva Unit 3, Razarok DJ, W Jones 773, and Luca Brasi. So, welcome. Congratulations on completing your onboarding. Hope you enjoy basic training and find that you take a liking to the place. And if not, fuck you too.
Yay! It's such a warm welcome from our
I like to think so.
leader.
Next up, we have, of course, the weekly ascensions. So to Kamat Grade 2 this week, we have Megamus, Nakamax 69, Crow, PLMNTDRV, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, you need a better name, Valen, Corlag, Prismo, Termanes Corvendiae, Scorpion's Wrath, GFL Davin, Ein, Kyle 1111, Niloya, and Easy Stabs with his edgy ass tactical knife display for his user icon. Of course, continuing on, we have at Kamat Grade 3, Nano, XFact 117, Shellbell, 4, Solwyn, and Weetard Wapper. That's all, folks.
I'm telling you.
At Kamat Grade 4, we have Hyperactive, Shido, Cell Dweller 20, which that person probably has the most on the fucking nose description out of everybody in this clan.
Nope.
Third Eye Mafia, Hamkase, and Slash Spicer. And finally, being promoted to Kamat Grade 5 and getting their first induction,
Haze time,
into,
motherfuckers.
into the Second Legion in the form of Wilcox.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Very good.
Next up, we have our
Welcome.
enlisted promotions to go through, as always. Promoted to Repicar this week, we have Dragon Wolf 50.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
Brad
Very good.
Lives.
Well
Moving
done.
along to Photomar, we have Killjoy 1986, Nobu, The Randomer, Lobo, who has currently changed his name to basically Jesus for some reason, and
Yeah.
I've got
Daydream.
no comment.
Hell yeah. That's a solid list right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Thank you.
That is a solid list.
Absolutely. Next up,
Good
we move
people.
on to the non-commissioned officers, and we have joining the ranks of the non-commissioned officers at the rank of Dracaris, Senator Divergent Acid, and
Yes.
Just a Girl.
Yes, very good.
Oh, I didn't
Very
even
good on
realize my
Cody.
fucking thing had changed. Thanks.
We have
Yes,
no
indeed.
promotions to Ancrix this week, and we'll finally cap it off with Monkey Man 731 to Killath, E6.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, Monkey Man. Good shit.
Monkey.
I'd like to remind everybody that how you go from the basic enlisted to the non-commissioned officers is entirely dependent on you filing operations reports and taking the lead in various sorties, operations, and the like. Help people
Fill
out.
that shit out.
Take an active, proactive role as in leading fire teams in various games. You climb the ladder pretty quick. And that actually does cover our official rank promotions this week. I'm going to take a moment. We're going to just quickly go over Member of the Week in the form of First Legion. Member of the Week has been awarded to Lord Senator Deck, who I would like to also offer a special thank you for volunteering his time and expertise to help us work on a complete and total ground-up rebuild of the website.
Oh, yes. Praise
Hell
that
yeah.
man.
Yes.
Praise that
Very
man.
nice. And
We're
Thank
of
clapping
you,
course,
here.
Deck.
as a brief aside, a thank you to everybody who will be putting in some effort on elements of graphic and web design to help Deck with the web development side, to spruce the website up and make it look just a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, a little bit fancier, because there's only
Oh,
so much that a
fancy.
web dev can do without a couple of designers to make the graphics look nice. So I don't have a list of those people in front of me, but there should be a few meetings in the near future. And at the rate things are going, we may have a prototype live and functional on the website by this time next week.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Maybe.
You go,
It
guys.
may give or take a week further, but we already are working with prototypes behind the scenes. Things are going pretty well. But that's a tangent for later. I'd also like to congratulate Jadon420 as another appointed member of the week from First Legion.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
finally, Lobo, who again has renamed himself to basically Jesus, and I swear to God, I'm gonna smack him with my dick.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah,
He will.
yeah. Yeah,
When he's done
he's
seeing
one of our
stars. Now, neither here nor there, my size 27 fucking metal steel power armored boot up his ass aside, we move on to Member of the Week from Second Legion, which has been awarded to the Randomer, and I quote,
Yes.
for his enthusiasm and activity being off the scale.
Yep.
Yes.
And
That
Yes.
explains it very well. Yes, that explains it very well. Whoever said that, awesome.
Very good.
You're welcome.
and
Mickey.
to Nielsen for constant efforts to teach new people raids, quests, and general events.
Yes.
Fucking yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Always setting
Congrats.
himself up.
So congratulations to both of you. And finally, we're going to wrap it back around. I don't have anything from 3rd, 4th, 8th, or 14th Legion this week. It's been a little bit slower for some people, I think.
That burp was epic. Who did that?
That was all me.
Tom, it was Tom.
Definitely
That's a
wasn't
10 out
epic.
of 10. Kudos. I'd clap my hands, but hands are a little tied at the moment.
Somebody
we
tell
don't want to
Randomer
hear
to stay
about your
quiet
sex life.
because every time he tries to say something, we just get. So he's just gonna have to hold off for a couple minutes.
He's the living version of the Reddit meme. His mic go
Yeah.
brrr.
Yeah, really. So
My mic go brrr.
staying on topic, we have 10th Legion. Member of the Week has been awarded, largely at my discretion, to EVA Unit 3. Despite being a new person, they have clicked into the Empire very quickly, very effectively, and they have been eager to help us in Planetside. And to Sharkbait93, who is keeping an eye on these things, reporting back, and actively working to make sure that recommendations for promotion and Member of the Week get put through, despite only being an E2. Frank
Shark
has
bait,
been
hoo-ha.
doing absolutely fantastic, and for somebody who just joined to chill out with their boyfriend, has really taken a liking to the place and has pulled their own weight very effectively, and I appreciate that every step of the way.
EV
So
Unit
thank you
3
both.
is a cool dude as well.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I've heard good
Had
stuff
a nice
about him.
long
Yeah.
conversation with him earlier.
Yeah, I
Ran
saw
the whole
that.
fucking
Yeah.
gambit of taboo topics,
Oh God.
from religion to politics to history to
I was gonna say taboo topics. What?
military.
Look, you
No,
keep
yeah, all the
keep it in
things you're
your
not supposed
pants,
to talk
Drew.
about in polite society these days.
Yeah.
Nobody cares
Yeah.
if you say sexual shit anymore.
Well,
That's the thing, is nobody's a fucking prude anymore. They don't care if you say sexual shit, but heaven forbid you have a
I
preference in the
completely
political
disagree with
sphere.
that.
You're wrong, or you're hanging out with fucking boomers.
Watch it, Drew.
Fucking boomers.
A
Fucking
divergent.
I
millennials.
resemble that comment, you bunch of whippersnappers.
Hey, you bunch of whippersnappers, what the hell?
Fuck up, dear. You're fucking Gen X. Get over yourself.
I know. I am Gen X. You're goddamn right.
You just acting like a boomer.
I was trying to figure out what was.
Your mic.
I was trying to figure out what was wrong with you. Now I know.
Yeah, really.
That's why I told you stop doing that, didn't I? Hold on.
Somebody's learning a lesson.
Boo, 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 boo.
Anyway, we're gonna move on from there. Another round of congratulations, of course, and we're going to hop right into
I'm back.
a couple of quick announcements. As I said, we've got a team of people now who is volunteering their time and effort to help us get the website completely rebuilt from the ground up and improved. And I want to thank again everybody who has a hand in doing that for us. We will likely still need anybody who would like to volunteer any sort of graphic design talent or UI talent.
I just reached out to Dick, offering to work on something for a top banner. I fuck around with Photoshop every now.
Absolutely, my guy. If you can get a good looking one, great. I'd love to get our shit put together nicely. Beyond that, we'll be looking to
Do you have your phone?
get some nice shit going. We still don't know if we're going to be able to transfer the old website user database to the new format. So
Oh man.
there may or may not be a need to re-register on the website. It's okay. It's not the end of the world if that's the case, but we are going to try to preserve people's user data to the best of our ability. But the two systems may just be incompatible in the current system.
Scheme of things, yeah.
I don't know if the system we've been using is going to let us take some sort of database export that can be converted to the new one. So brace yourselves for that, I guess, for that possibility.
Are they both MySQL?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, if they're both.
I need to look into both of them. That's the thing.
Yeah, if they're SQL, then they'll migrate flawlessly.
Yeah, I think you should be able to migrate. Somebody should be able to write a script that'll do it.
Oh, I know, but again, that's based on the assumption that they're both.
Oh, well, you have to. How are you going to get it off to add more wood?
Now, neither here nor there.
Not till later.
Let's go ahead and get through the next couple of things, which I don't actually have paperwork or a list in front of me. However, I'm going to go through the suggestions tab that we've had opened up. There is still talk, and we are still working on hopefully setting up a podcast where we will discuss various things and various topics that will be live streamed, uncensored to YouTube, to our channel to provide a little bit more diversity of content beyond just throwing up the State of the Empires for reference. We may end up having one of the early subjects be the current state of Destiny 2, for those interested.
What current
You
state of
evil.
Destiny 2? Because I'm confused. Isn't there a deflux of income right now? Like,
Yeah, the current state doesn't imply anything inherently good or bad. current state is the current state. So,
Bounty
Okay, I'm
Simulator
shutting up now.
3.0.
because we have had numerous impassioned conversations on the topic, getting a proper back and forth discussion that's a bit more open for the public to listen to if they really want to waste the time listening to us jabber on, that's fine by me. I got a lot of opinions to share with the world.
We know.
Oh yeah, we know that. We've known that.
Continue.
Anybody
It's
that knows you knows that.
entertaining.
We will be looking to get that going, hopefully in the very near future. Number 2, and this is more of an announcement. We would greatly appreciate it if people can have their Discord name at least vaguely match their Steam name. It doesn't have to be a one-to-one translation, but it would be nice if we can readily identify you by looking at one and going, oh, that's so-and-so. I know him from the Discord. The disparity between Steam names and Discord usernames has been a source of some degree of confusion, especially when it comes time to clean out inactives in Destiny, make sure that everybody is compliant with being present in Discord. People are slipping through the cracks because of this. We don't require exact parity, but bring it close enough. We're going to make this a gentle reminder. And if it remains difficult to identify people, we will begin to crack down on this more thoroughly. But generally, we don't want to have to be dicks about it. And also a reminder, please use normal, typable fucking characters in your username. If you are hard to write an @ for because your shit doesn't show up on a normal QWERTY keyboard, you're being a dickhead. I don't need to be able to type my full name, but I better be able to get at least the first 3 letters. Because a large chunk of this system, and the fact that we've centralized much of our communications to Discord, does require us to be able to tag someone. I shouldn't have to try to copy a bunch of special characters from a database, remember which ones you're using, search up your name, sort through pages of logs to find you, to right-click your name, to @ you, or to open a DM. Please use English characters and preferably have some degree of identifiability built into your name. If somebody joins this clan and their name is GFTDZRFQCT3FRYUNI7D, I'm probably just gonna boot your ass.
Probably a bot
Because
anyway.
you just headbutted your keyboard and called it a username. Fuck off.
Headbutted your keyboard. I gotta try that and see what I get.
Yeah,
This is my new username.
type your name with your nose and your eyes closed. But so no. This has been something of an unwritten rule that we're going to remind everybody of. We're going to be putting up a note once we find a proper and short, quick, sweet way to articulate it. It's going
Don't
to
fucking
go
do
into
it.
the official rules. Get your shit together. Your name needs to be a usable identifier. Figure your shit out. Into suggestion 007. See if any of this is good. Yes, just a basic note. There is still some degree of discussion in expanding the ranking system and providing a more active feedback in a sense of rank progression so that everybody gets a better feeling of what they're doing right and wrong a little bit more frequently. We don't know exactly what form that's going to take yet. There's still a lot of discussion that needs to go on amongst the officers, which is why it remains an open ticket. But do expect some potential updates and expansion to the ranking system in the near future.
Which would be very beneficial.
We're hoping.
It
I
would.
like
We're
it.
hoping.
I mean,
We haven't done anything really bad yet, so when it's
I mean-
good, just keep it going.
yeah, our enlisted ranks, they go up to what? E6, or is it go any?
E6 also includes our NCOs, yeah. So we
Yes.
only have it's basically 3, 3, and 3 right now. 3 enlisted, 3 NCO, 3 officer. So we're looking
Okay.
to expand at the very least the enlisted ranks a little bit more to give people a greater sense of progression and a degree of seniority, even if they're not necessarily taking on a full bevy of NCO responsibilities. NCOs may see a bit of an expansion, and we're still figuring out to what degree we may or may not need an officer expansion.
Okay, I was just wondering because the enlisted ranks, real world, go up to E9, so we
Right.
definitely have plenty of room for expansion in that.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can make them whatever the hell we want. It's a custom rank structure anyway, so absolutely, we'll be looking to see exactly what makes sense for the Discord, for the community size, and for the community structure. But it's absolutely something we've been talking about kind of behind the scenes here and there for a while. And I figured we're kind of committing to it happening enough that I can bring it to the forefront in a more official capacity and let you know, hey, these changes are in the works and are coming. Beyond that, we're going to go right down here. This is a suggestion I can close because this is just somebody suggesting a member of the week recommendation. Okay, so next big announcement. Having watched for quite some time people working to schedule, teach, and run raids, we are beginning to see an annoying and frequent issue of people abandoning raids without informing anybody.
Yes,
This is pissing people off. This is making people who take the initiative to run raids to people very integral to keeping our Destiny operations fully operational, up to date, to get you guys your weekly clan engrams. It's making these people less interested in running raids because it's becoming frustrating.
Absolutely.
So this is absolutely where we're going to be putting our foot down. From now on, if you are basically a no-call, no-show to a raid, we understand life comes up. Offer the decency of a message. DM the raid leader, let them know, like, hey, I know I said I was going to be there. Take yourself off the list, right? If you're still on the list, if you're still in the operations, in the D2 ops list, the LFG post, when the raid comes live and you don't show up, you may be in some trouble. You may go on a blacklist for future raids, especially if it becomes a repeated habit. Now we understand.
Thank you.
Hey, so-and-so was in the hospital. I had to check on, this, that, and the other. Life comes first. That is rule number 1 at Kaldara. We totally get it.
Listen,
Do us the
can I?
courtesy. Do us the. Just a moment, dear. Do us the courtesy. Back out and let a raid leader know, because they shouldn't have to constantly check the thing to know who is and isn't going to show up once the thing fills up. Back out and have the courtesy to let a raid leader know, hey, such and such came up. You don't have to be specific. You don't have to give us your life story. We respect your privacy. We don't ask you to dox yourself. But give us the decency of saying, hey, look, something came up with my family or my life, real life stuff, or I got unexpectedly called in to work, and if I don't go, it's kind of a shit show. Whatever the case, give us something basic and be like, I'm not going to be able to make it. I hope you can get one of the alts to show up. Be a decent human being. Treat it like not showing up to work. A no-call, no-show is not good for you. Repeat. So, and how this is going to work, raid leaders, if somebody pulls a no-call, no-show, file an incident report. Treat that shit just like they cause an interpersonal incident. You file an incident report for essentially misconduct. I think it's fair to call that misconduct. It's certainly a
Yes, it is.
violation of basic etiquette around here.
Yes, I agree.
Raids are a big deal. Raids are a time sink. I understand being like, look, I'm not going to be able to run with your Crucible group. Sorry. 5 minutes out, I'm not feeling it, whatever. Understandable. But raids are a big deal. They are a time sink. They are something that can be anywhere from 45 minutes to literally 6 hours, or something that gets stretched over a couple days because you have a newer team who's still learning the ropes and the mechanics. When you click... Now, I understand you click alternate, that's flaky, right? We're not going to be mad if you don't show up as an alternate. If you click as a main and you say, I'm going to be there, you better be there. If you don't, you better give a warning, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it, X and Y came up. Raid leaders, you will file an incident report. Not, I want you to, not, you should, not, you have the option, you will file an incident report. I hope I'm clear on this one. I don't put my foot down often, but I'm going to do it here. Don't flake out on
Thank
raids
you.
without some decency. Raid
Thank you.
leaders, file the incident report. We will follow up with that person. The officers will take the initiative to investigate and be like, hey, why did this happen? Has this name come up in the past? Does this happen often? If people flake often, one of the benefits of our website is we're going to be able to put up a blacklist. And this doesn't mean you won't be able to do raids, but raid leaders are probably going to consult that list and decide who they do and don't want to do raids with.
And you
So,
won't be doing raids.
it'll be at the discretion of the raid leader as always. And if a raid leader sees you on a blacklist, they're probably not going to want to work with you. We're not going to blacklist you for one time, okay? But we are going to make a note, we are going to follow up, and we are going to take note if you repeatedly cause an issue. Just like if you get into a verbal conflict with somebody, one time, we're going to call that, hey, people butt heads, it's fine. If we see you get into 3, 4, 5 major arguments that piss people off over the course of a week,
Mike.
we're coming to investigate. We want to know what you're doing that's causing disharmony in the group. Because the last thing we want is for people to come here and find that this is a place of stress. We're here to have fun. We're here to get video game shit done. I think all of that is a very fair assessment. And every incident will be followed up with. You're not just, oh, you got reported, you're done. We're going to come and we're going to ask you, hey, what happened? We want your side of the story. You will get your day in court, so to speak. I want to be clear on that for everybody here. But I don't want to see it becoming a serious problem repeatedly. Dear, I believe you had something to add on the subject.
Yeah, about real life and everything. Listen, if people don't know, I had a heart attack a while back, and I was MIA for a while. And I'm, as you know, the second leader's CO. But yet Atomic waited to hear from me before he did anything. And when he heard, he was like, well, fuck, now I understand. So yes, we take real life into consideration, and bad shit happens sometimes. But, we understand. And we will all be here to help one another through that. Because Atomic helped, talked to me and everything and told me, don't go outside because I'll get the corona and have a heart attack, and don't stress out because I have a heart attack and all this other shit. And actually, he says let me get that correct, another
one. Yeah, no,
another
I
one.
tease him a little bit, but it's like, genuinely speaking, with the corona thing, I was generally like, look, there's rumors that this thing can hit your heart. Apparently,
Yeah.
you do have ACE2 receptors in the heart. That the fact that I was apparently mistaken when I was informed that it was only the lungs. apparently there are ACE2 receptors in other sets of cells beyond just lung cells. They can show up in soft muscle as well. And they can show up in various other parts of the body, which is part of why we're suspecting that corona has more effects than just, it's just a flu, bro. Yeah, it might not kill you, but it might compromise some part of your body for the next 10 years. We don't know yet. And every time one of these new crazy viruses shows up, we find out 10, 20 years later that people start cropping up with new syndromes that seem to be a result of a wave of a virus that comes through. I'm not going to get deep into corona. Everybody's fucking sick of hearing about corona. I'm fucking sick of corona at this point. Not sick with corona, mind you.
I just want to
we
go
all see what
camping
happens
without
on.
going to jail.
Right?
I'm
So-
camping right now. What are you talking about? I'm camping right now.
Sitting in a corner with a shotgun does not qualify.
Camping in your backyard doesn't qualify either.
Fucking campers.
I am out in my backyard with my tent set up in front of a bonfire, and I've already cooked dinner out here. So yeah, I am camping. I've got my cot, my bedroll,
All
my
right,
sleeping
all right,
bag.
all right.
Yes.
Hey, let's rein
Hey.
this in a little bit. We're already, 40
yeah.
minutes in. You guys can
Really?
talk about camping afterwards. It's 8:40. It's about to be.
Oh shit. Shit.
Uh,
My XO. Are we hitting that? Are we talking about
we will
that?
in just a moment. I'm just going down
Okay.
the Empire-wide stuff real quick.
Okay. It's the anticipation that's killing me.
No, I feel you. I feel you, my guy.
Well, calm down before you have another heart attack.
Oh my
No
god,
pudding!
Divergent.
All right,
Suck
everybody.
it. Well, I'm sorry.
Shut
Never
it for a
mind.
minute.
Leave me alone.
Shut it for a minute. So yeah. Now, if there's an ad hoc raid that just kind of pops up like, hey, hey everybody, we want to do a raid in like 10 minutes. Yeah, we're probably not going to penalize you if you're like, hey, I'll be there, and like you're like, oh no, wait, something just came up, right? Like, ad hoc raids are one thing, but if you plan to be at a raid and you flake, give us some decency. I think that about covers it. If I go on much more, I'm beating a dead horse. The ticket system is going to be absolutely fantastic. Moving
Yes.
on, we have brought in a new fire team bot because VoiceMaster has been incredibly fucking unreliable the past couple of days. Now, there's supposedly something going on with Discord and how they're working on a system, maybe impacting the bot, and the team may be working on it, and maybe VoiceMaster will actually stabilize. But in the meantime, we've brought in AVC Gamma, which is, I think, like auto voice channel Gamma or some such. It will also pull its commands from the voice commands channel. For the most part, if you go and click on the plus create fire team down there, that is AVC Gamma's. Fire team creation is VoiceMaster. Use whichever one you think is going to work. AVC Gamma will name the channel a number, or rather, it'll be whatever game you're playing and a number. If Discord doesn't detect a game, it'll just list it as general. So it will automatically input the game you're playing as long as Discord detects it, which should make it easy enough to keep those channels organized. Now, I wanted to have it list
Good boy.
Fire Team Alpha, Fire Team Bravo, and just run down the NATO alphabet, but apparently that's a paid feature.
What? Oh.
And they want $3 a month for that.
Did
Oh
Deer
my
just
God.
say good boy?
I was talking to.
Atomic, I want to get with you after this about that.
Just
Who
kidding.
said
Just
that?
kidding.
Senator Divergent Acid.
I thought
Yeah.
so, but I haven't like 100% of your voice yet. There's a couple other people who have similar voices. And I'm just being mildly autistic, so.
Mildly.
Look, compared to all of you, my neurology functions like peak fucking human specimen. All right.
Okay, point taken. I'm an autistic bitch. It's okay. Continue.
You're all a bunch of fucking squirrels anyway. Moving right along.
Corona.
Hey, Corona.
Does Senator Divergent Acid have something to say?
I believe. Do I have anything else to announce?
Oh no, I was just going to touch base with Atomic on the
Yeah,
whole the bot thing after SOT.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. Quick friendly reminder to everybody, we are putting together Dungeons and Dragons games via Tabletop Simulator, and someone who has asked to remain anonymous has donated 2 extra copies in reserve for anybody who really can't afford Tabletop Simulator but is really interested in playing it with the group.
Fucking hell,
Um,
boys!
What I'll do is I'll put one
Thank
on
you,
reserve as
anonymous
well.
donor.
So if you need another one on reserve, I can help out in that area.
So this is exactly what I like to see. When we've had multiple instances like this in the past where people have stepped forward and gone, "Hey, I see the group's getting into this thing that's enjoyable. Let me buy somebody a copy." And we absolutely appreciate that sort of dedication to the group, to your friends here,
Oh,
to your fellow Kaldarans. And I particularly respect the people who choose to do so anonymously because they don't want anyone to feel as if they're owed anything. So this will be handled through official channels. The links and such will be sent to me. I'll be acting as a middleman. And we'll be kind of checking. I really do want to stress that this is not something that you should take if you have only a passing interest, or if you can afford it. Tabletop Simulator is only 15 or 20 bucks. So
$19.99.
I think you can get it cheaper off of Steam in some instances, to believe it or not. Or I think you can get Steam codes. I believe somebody said the Humble Store has discounts. So um, there are ways to get it. So this is primarily for the particularly poor or tight-walleted individuals in the group who genuinely do want to take part in, our D&D sessions or something akin to that. I would prefer it if you would all keep yourselves honest and think about, am I actually going to be interested in play this? Or is this a passing interest that's going to fade 3 days in? Because I don't want people to feel as if they've wasted their money buying somebody a product that they're not going to use as something that was designed not only to benefit the individual but the empire, and was intended specifically for those who maybe money's really tight, you're between jobs, the lockdown has hit you harder than somebody else, for example. If you're still working and you still got money coming in, and you're in a situation where, yeah, 20 bucks really isn't that big a deal if you're interested, I'd prefer that you didn't try to put yourself at the front of the pack for this one. It's kind of a decency and common sense thing, I think, here. So we're going to trust everybody to act in good faith. And like I said, we'll have a couple copies in reserve for those who are genuinely interested in joining. And again, thank you, Anonymous Donor.
Thank you, anonymous donor.
Spirit alive.
Thank you, anonymous
Thank you.
donor.
And I would like to suggest you don't have to remain anonymous for D&D. If you want to donate, the game is only $19.99 for tabletop. The best thing you can do if you can't shush. My God, help me.
Please don't
But if you
reiterate what Atomic just said. Let him move
Right, so
on.
I'll keep this really short. Anonymity is purely at the discretion and request of the person making the purchase. If you don't want people making a big deal out of it, you tell me that you want to remain anonymous, we'll work with you. If you would prefer to handle things more directly and you don't care if they know who you are welcome to do things more directly. You do not have to come to me. Coming to me directly to do this is primarily a thing of, hey, I want to do this for the group, or hey, I kind of would like some anonymity, so I can't just directly give this to them because they're going to know who. So we're not here to necessarily coordinate all of it. We're here to facilitate it for those who, like we said, would prefer to remain anonymous. We're not monopolizing how you can give each other gifts. That being said, I think I have Christ, I swear I have one more thing on the list. I can't remember what it is. New bot, D&D. We have D&D text channel, which you'll be free to use to discuss anything relating to it. As always, I'm gonna shill PlanetSide 2. Our presence there is slowly growing. We're gonna be going on some big recruitment drives. We actually, I think, either have or are very, very close to having a Bastion, a fleet carrier, which is literally going to take like a dozen of us just to man the thing. So if you want to run in with a fucking fleet carrier and just launch series of anti-air fighters to just completely dominate airspace, it's a fun thing to do. Excuse me, hiccups. Beyond that, oh,
Now
yes,
you got one more thing.
That's the one last thing. Legion transfers. I will be implementing one additional ticket if you want to transfer legions. So, for example, you want to transfer from first to second, and this will be a thing for anybody transferring, graduating from third legion to first or second. Those people, you will be required to take the initiative to file a transfer request ticket. The system should be up by the end of the night. It should take me about 5 minutes in the control panel on the bot site. And that will be the way we handle to make sure that everything gets handled appropriately, nothing gets left behind, and everything's done according to how it needs to be done. And we will also have, one more thing. I want to thank everybody who's made use of the ticket system so far. It's functioning absolutely fucking fantastic. I have like 6 fucking suggestion tickets here. And we've gone through a bunch of promotion tickets as well. So the ticket system is working absolutely fucking fantastically. I'm excited for the website. Everything's going fucking great. The only thing that we really need to see more of is maybe a little bit more of a push on officers working to recruit people. Beyond that, the last quick micro thing. Everyone is free to file operations reports. 1 report per fire team, per event, or what have you. But if you get a couple of cadets, don't feel like you can't or shouldn't file a report. You absolutely should. I don't care what the highest ranking person or the lowest ranking person is. If you do something with the clanmates, you should file a report so that we can give you credit for your efforts. I had a question about that and whether or not cadets could file or recruits could file reports, and the answer is always yes. With that being said, I think I'm out of subjects, and I'd like to get the last of the show on the road, so I'm going to turn it over to Deer real quick.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wow, that was loud.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, they're like on the road, like not even close to me. Holy shit. All right, sorry about that background interference. Okay, my new XO. You ain't got a drum roll, do you, Atomic?
I don't have one queued, no.
All right, here's somebody give a drum roll. Okay, after much consideration, after we did the poll and saw how the second feels about a lot of people, that were up for it, and it was, I talked to Atomic about it, got his feedback on it. So I want to send out a big congratulations to my new XO, Mickey 5.
Fuck yeah,
Congrats,
boy.
buddy.
Hey,
Yes,
congrats,
well
Mickey.
deserved,
Congratulations.
dude. Well deserved.
Congrats, bro.
I can step down in peace.
So I guess we
everybody.
can stop
Thank
trying to
you.
steal him for the first, huh?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
ain't getting it.
please stop.
Hey, I know
It's not gonna fucking happen. If he's in the motherfucking second, he's staying in the fucking second.
So 3 more weeks of pushing them to the first. All right.
Challenge
got-
accepted.
I've
You
got,
know, another month,
I've got
another
jokes
month or
to do.
2. Give it a month or 2, okay? And then you can try to steal him all you want, but it's not gonna happen.
Okay, now with that being said, Mickey was one of our senators. So now we have an open Senate seat. So we will be putting up a poll bot to get our new senator for the
Yep,
It'll
remaining
be-
part of
Get
this
me
season.
a list and I'll get the poll bot working for you.
It'll be
Okay,
closed.
I need a
closing
list
on
of people.
Monday.
I need some nominations. I want this done ASAP. Make this
Already sent you
happen.
one.
Yeah, I heard my phone go off.
Can I make a blanket statement? I would request it not be me since my situation has not resolved itself. I'm not ready to step back up yet.
All right, don't deafen her with the silence, everybody. No,
Sorry, I was
absolutely.
responding.
Your
I'm
life
responding.
situation is what it is, and we appreciate the maturity and the self-awareness on the issue. So
Okay, I've already got one nomination. Anybody else want to send me a DM for a nomination for Senate
we
in the
can
second?
tackle this after the meeting as far as
Deidre,
sending
Yes.
Daydream.
nominations.
I said, you don't listen, girl. I said
DMs after the
DM.
meeting.
Yes.
Alshiza.
Yeah.
She
El
is the
Dicko
one.
in El Matho to shut up-o for a hot second-o. How's that?
Hey, hey,
Shut
leave him
the
alone.
Dick Holio.
Yes.
All right, no, seriously though. Dear,
Okay, yeah.
you've announced the XO again. Congratulations to Mickey 5, and
Thank
you've
you.
announced the coming election to fill the Senate seat. Good. I'm just going to make a note. Mickey 5 will be sitting at 01 for a while. We're going to watch how he handles the position. So far, I've already seen him doing a great job to start.
Oh, yes.
I'm already pleased. We're going to give him a little bit of time to make sure he settles into the role nicely before we officially hand him his second diamond badge there. Just so that everybody understands why it's
I'm
not jumping
listening.
immediately. I did the same thing with Destro when he first took over as XO. I want to make sure that they're going to be a fit for the position before handing up that second star, because I really don't want to have to take stars away from anybody.
Because that's always sucky. That is.
Mm-hmm. And I
That's
want it to be
hard.
the kind of thing where this means something, and we have a lot of confidence in you. Don't let me down.
Yes.
And for the most part, I really haven't had to. Everybody's been very good about this. But I just find that having done things the way I did with Destro was a good way to handle this going forward. So it's kind of the unwritten background rule. And I just wanted to be transparent about why and how that particular promotion is handled. I do not have anything special to announce between First and Second Legion. Last week covered a lot of the changes.
Excuse me.
Third Legion, we are still going to be looking for potential officers, or at the very least, maybe an NCO or two who would like to go over there and help the new guys in the Training Legion. I'm not asking for verbal volunteers right now. If you are interested, DM me when it works for you, and I will start compiling a full list. We are planning to hand the second legion or the third legion to Wimpy Hot Dog in full soon. And I would like to get him an XO and a couple of support staff to help him. I think in the case of the third legion, it would not hurt to allow NCOs to fulfill de facto officer positions, since it is a training legion. And that will act as a good first taste if any of them then later end up taking on a more full position in a legion later. They'll already have some hands-on officer experience. So I'm going to offer, I think, a fast track program for anybody who goes to help the third legion to potentially increase the ranks of the officers in a shorter time frame.
All right, can I ask a question about that?
Quickly, yes.
All right, so to do so in Third Legion, would that mean actually being a member of Third Legion clan in Destiny 2, or is that just more of a thing where it's a Discord?
Because of the way Bungie's system works, I would need those people to move to the Third Legion clan in game. for the express purpose of being able to approve and manage the technical and logistics side of this person needs the boot and this person needs to be approved, etc., etc. It's not fair
Gotcha.
to put all of those responsibilities on just Wimpy by himself.
I was just asking for clarification in case anybody was thinking about it. That way they would
Yes,
know if they would have to leave their legion.
they'd know what they're getting into. Absolutely. Beyond that, Proto should be rejoining us soon. Apparently, the new machine should be shipping out if it hasn't already. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail on it, but he should be able to join us once more. Again, a massive thank
I'm
you to
excited.
everyone who contributed. You guys have really facilitated getting this off the ground and getting him back at my fucking side, and believe me, I am going to appreciate the help. So thank you to everybody who contributed to the fundraiser. I wish we had something special to give you. That should cover my announcements. Touched base. We got through all the promotions, everything else. I think we're pretty golden. The only thing left to do, as always, does anybody, we're going to go ahead and open the floor now. Does anybody have anything in an official capacity they'd like to raise as far as questions, comments, concerns, etc.?
I do, if I may.
Absolutely. The
got-
floor recognizes Divergent.
With the fire team chats, clearly Atomic broke down information about the new bot and all that kind of good stuff. But with this whole new system that we're going with, we're doing it all, with the whole on-demand creation, and the looking for fire team being the only static voice channel that we have. If you are in a fire team, he said this. This has been said multiple times. I just want to reiterate: if you're in a fire team in game and you're actually doing something, then you should probably go. You need, or you shouldn't probably. You need to go ahead and create a voice channel and move to that voice channel, because looking for fire team is for people that want to join. Now, you can name your voice channel. So if it's like, hey, we're doing Crucible 3 out of 6, and then when somebody joins, okay, 4 out of 6. So that lets people know that you still have room. Um, but the looking for fire team thing is not, it's kind of like our lounge. So if you're actually participating in game and you're actually working on something with other people in a clan or in a fire team, you should be in your own channel. Like, it's happened multiple times over the past week, and since the bot has been put in place, and and Atomic has said it multiple times, but it still keeps happening. We really need to focus on that.
I'm genuinely tempted to delete the channel sometimes. I'm not
Yeah,
even
I
gonna
know
lie.
you're deleted. Yeah, I know, and I hope you don't, because, and I told the uppers, my officers, I said, if you're in there and you hear people in a fire team, ask them politely to move channels, or if not, you just move them because you're
Like,
not following directions.
right, the entire point is if you're by yourself, you drop into looking for fire team because you want to play with clanmates and you're waiting for somebody to approach you. If you already have a fire team, if you're already playing with 2 of your clanmates, go set up a fire team chat, and then people can come down to see if you've got a free spot if they are interested in what you're doing. That's and honestly, if you are like, hey, I'm gonna go do some Crucible, create a fire team, name it Crucible, and it's going to be better to get attention than sitting and looking for fire team anyway. I'm not sure, I'm not convinced that looking for fire team really has a purpose given the greater information and flexibility of the new system.
I think I would have to interject on that, because especially a lot with recruits and things like, and people coming in that really don't know how the system is set up to work. I think keeping that looking for fire team is going to be crucial to getting those people into voice chat, getting them to be active and mingle with their peers. Just my opinion.
That's probably a fair point.
Can I make one suggestion?
Yeah, let's hear it.
When you enter a fire team as part of etiquette, just enter with your mic muted. Listen to see what's going on. Don't talk over what's going on. And if you hear a quiet spot, then you can say, hey, and communicate at that.
Yeah, I did that with Epic and Senator earlier this week. It's really not that hard. You just basically you come in, you don't say anything, you wait to be acknowledged because once they have an opportunity, they'll acknowledge you. Be like, hey, what's up? Be like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're doing this. Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt and bounce. Or they may tell you to hang out and stay, and just kind of shoot the shit with them.
Usually the latter.
Typically, yeah.
And if you enter a channel that has the Groovy Bot in it, mute the Groovy Bot before you enter the channel so you can at least communicate. Don't get your ears blown off.
Down. That's up to you. You don't have to like mute it. There, you can just turn it down low enough where it's a gentle background music. There are options. Is the point that I'm making there.
Speaking as one of the newer people, I mean, I use it because I don't want to interrupt what's going on in other channels.
All right. Well, if people are using it correctly, then I don't see a reason why it can't stay. But it's worth noting that it is not a catch-all lounge. It is a place where you go look for a fire team.
You're funny.
I don't want to see like 30 people just sitting in there talking over each other and then find that like 8 of them are in, spread across 3 fire teams. Or, ridiculous things like that. I don't want to see it super clogged. I don't think it really gets that way. I don't think I really see more than 5 people in there at a time, which really isn't a big deal, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. But I definitely would like to see the systems in place get the appropriate use. And remember, guys, officers, NCOs, enlisted, cadets, part of like your kind of basic responsibility is help the new guys kind of get their footing, be friendly, be polite, work to, reach out to them. But when you see them, be like, hey, this is the system we have in place, because there's only so much we can do. It doesn't matter what I put in onboarding. It doesn't matter what I put in the customs checkpoint. There's really no substitute for an in the moment, hands-on explanation from somebody in the know, especially when you're new. That goes a million times further than any wall of text ever will. So, I think in this community we do a pretty good job of reaching out to the new guys and helping them get settled and explaining the systems. So just keep it up. That's probably about all I've got to say on the subject.
Here, here.
Very good.
Beyond that, if anybody has any final, more official things that they need to say, I'm happy to open the floor.
I would like to say something.
All right, go ahead.
I want to congratulate Mickey. Well deserved.
Thanks, sorry.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
And I'll do
indeed.
my part and help with whatever I can.
And I want to thank real quick. Sorry, because I got to get off. I just want to thank real quick everyone that was in the bot that I put up. I appreciate the second's feedback on that. And let me tell you, it was not an easy choice to make. But thank you guys, and hopefully, well, Divert's already a senator, so he can't. He's already got that position. But we'll get some new. I think Nielsen should be put on there himself. So, but I have to get off. I am camping, and I got to spend some time doing this. All of you have a wonderful evening. As usual, it's always wonderful to be on here. To the second, you guys are great. Keep up the fantastic work. Atomic, I will talk to you later. Goodbye, everybody else. Have a wonderful evening.
Later,
Take it easy,
man.
man.
Peace.
Later, dear.
Heretic!
Eat my pudding, you bastard!
That's an old joke. All right, so I'm just going to wrap things up here because I do think we're about done. You ain't saying anything with that fucking voice. That was garbled. Your transmission is dead on arrival, dude. You want to give that another try?
Testing 1, 2.
There you go.
Better.
All right, for some reason, mobile versus desktop. Anyway, I guess the thing I wanted to bring up was for folks who are in the Third Legion. Did I hear you correctly that they were going to be implementing a ticket system for applications on going to the first and second?
Yes,
Yes.
Legion transfer as a whole is going to be handled by ticket system application from now on.
Wonderful. My suggestion with that is to either have as a pinned message or as part of the instructions with the ticket. Basically, the expectation is on the user to submit that ticket themselves and
Yes.
instructions on how to.
Yeah, I'll be putting that into the Third Legion chat, and I'll be making sure that various officers and everything, as the Third Legion gets its command staff up to speed, will all know to share that information. Additionally, we've implemented a system where after the 4 weeks, when it's time for you to start moving between grade 4 and grade 5, I am personally taking the time to check these names to send them a direct message and telling them, hey, you need to pick a legion. What I'll be doing is I'll be telling them, hey, go to this channel and file a ticket for a legion transfer. So it's just, I've already got the methodology down to make sure that they're getting the message manually when the time has come anyway. Now I'll just be adding to that message that they have to go, and the onus is on them to file the ticket. So I think the
Man.
system is fairly foolproof for anybody who's actually interested in being here and being part of the group, and everyone else can get fucking deported to the Shadow Realm.
Can I interject for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
After finally hearing Carrot talk for the first time since being in this clan, dude, I'll pay you $20 to record an audio book of 1984. Holy fuck.
Challenge accepted.
See, I'd demand more than 20.
Hey, that's how bargaining goes. You got to dicker with it, you know. You start at a price and then you work it out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's a chump, but he just said, all right, right out of the gate like a dumbass.
I'm just saying, I like the way you talk, boy.
Never accept the first offer, Carrot. Come on.
No one accused me of being too smart.
This is true. All right. Speaking of people who have the big dumb.
Why you got to call me out like that?
This is a terrible. Well, actually, I'm about to call you out twice, so get ready. We have a list of inactive subscribers on our subscribe star because for some reason it's really finicky about taking the automatic payments and actually making them work. So I'm going to go over that list real quick. From the top, I shit you not, this is purely coincidence in how it went. Divergent Acid, yours went inactive as of the 29th.
The fuck? I set that shit up for automatic.
Yeah, I know, and I need to go and bitch at Subscribestar for not doing automatic. This has been a repeating problem. Next on the list, Mickey5, your last payment was on the 22nd and of March and went out as of the 22nd of April. Your subscription has gone inactive.
Again? Already?
Okay.
Isn't that terrible? Whoever a Kelly C. McGriff, and I'm not going to have that person dox themselves. That is probably a real name. So if you ever hear this, we have not gotten a payment from you since the 12th of January. So you've been out for a couple months. I would say with the 10th of January, and Anthony Reichelt is also probably out and has gone inactive at this point. That just seems like a likelihood.
Problem
and
resolved.
Dope. It usually takes a day or two for Subscribestar to update on my end. It's kind of annoying.
Swear
And
I updated it 2 days ago.
who knows? Maybe it just hasn't clicked in. It was being like this with Carrot as well. But his is showing now, so I know that it worked. It's just being
Alright.
Click on my
I'll look.
name.
I'll look.
Hold on. And finally, Novasef X, we have not gotten a payment from you since the 27th of March, so your subscription went inactive as of 27th of April. Okay, and that will do it for that. And of course, as always, we're going to go ahead and extend our thanks across the. And I got a comment here. Ah, I see. I just need to pull up something real quick. As always, a thank you at the citizen level to a Michael Hamer. A thank you at the Lord level to a David Goldstone, Deck, Callsign Sparky, Epic Friar Yoshi, and I'm going to just assume Divergent Acid, and I'm also going to go backtrack real quick and assume Mickey 5 at Citizen level.
Click on my name.
I can't right now. I can't physically click on the names. That's not
Gotcha.
how this thing works.
I went Baron level on my re-up.
Oh, dope. All right. Well, I'm going to take your word for it, and I'm going to say thank you, my dude, for that Baron level subscription. And I'm actually going to say we have a couple of others, because that segues perfectly. Thank you at the Baron level to Carrot, a Nicholas J. Sandman, and now one Divergent Acid. And finally, the big boy on the block at the, I believe, Duke level, Grandmaster Frodo. I believe that covers our active subscriptions. And because it's very recent, I'll also officially extend the thank you to Novasef at the citizen level, because he's usually very quick to re-up once he knows that something's off. And so we'll just give him the benefit of the doubt for that. And I believe that will cover it. So our final thing for the day is, as always,
Long live the Empire!
Long live the Empire!
Yes, we completely fucking glitched out the audio from too many people talking at once. You did a great job, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
What the hell was that?
Deck's just having a seizure. Don't mind him. With that, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all once again for attending. This has been a productive